Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn archaeology, today archaeology, and after we've done that, in the second half of the video we're going to do morning stretching, and if you participate in the morning stretching, that's the outlook. Archaeology. Archaeology is the scientific study of relics left by humans in the past, from old bones to ancient tablets. Okay, archaeology is the study of, the archaeologists are people who study the things which are still lying there around, which humans have left there. This can be bones of humans because they are very resistant, or this can be old houses, tablets. And let's go to the first picture. Archaeological digging is a very painstaking process, and these diggers work with immense care to avoid overlooking or breaking tiny fragile relics. Now here are people, and they are in the sunshine, and they are looking if they find something in the soil. And they're doing that very carefully, so they will not break one of the tiny fragile relics which are might lying around there, or of bones or of houses, temples, or the foundations of old temples, so that we can find them. Most archaeological relics are buried beneath the ground or sunk beneath the sea. Yes, they're buried beneath the ground. I would say it has something to do with gravity, but most things are not in the air. They are most of the times on the ground, and why should they not be a meter under the ground? It's not so hard to happen. Or sunk beneath the sea. If the things are in the sea, many things are rotting in the sea, but okay, they are sunk in the sea. They mean ships. But also the sea levels have changed in some areas when cities which are now underground. So they're looking for ships also, and cities which were near close to seas. Aerial photographs often reveal where archaeologists should dig. So they're using aerial photographs. Crops and grass will grow differently if the soil is affected by a buried wall or filled in ditch. Now I don't know what a ditch is, but I know what I mean. They're flying with planes over the earth, and then they're seeing that the grass is growing differently. It looks almost like a football field from the top. The thing is, if there's a wall underneath, an old house with its old walls underneath the ground, then the stones are still there, and the water is not the same way there because there are stones which cannot take water in it. So in some places there's just the earth, there the living room was, and then there the wall is, there's no earth. Now the grass on top grows differently because it gets different water. And from the side you don't see it, but if you are high, you can see, not as you can see from the side, just 10, 20 centimeters or half a meter. From the top you can see then 10, 15, 20 meters long of wall. And now the brain sees that is not just a little plant growing a little shorter, or one grass is a bit more yellow than the other one. But you see, these are 10 meters long, just on that strip. The grass is a bit more yellow. And that then gives the idea there has to be an old wall. Aerial photography. Geophysical surveys involve using metal detectors and other electronic probes to pick up features underground. Geophysical surveys involve using metal detectors and other electronic probes to pick up features underground. I think we're doing the following. We are sending out these electro signals, and if they come against Earth, it just goes through it, just like water also flows through Earth. And if they're coming against a wall out of stone, more is repelled. And so if you have this electro against the Earth, it just goes through the Earth and nothing happens. But if it comes against the stone wall, now the electronic signal comes back, and that thing with which you're sending the electro things out can also reset them again, and now you sense that there has to be something which is not Earth, and what should it be? And you can maybe try to carefully dig it up and look if there's maybe something of relics of humans, maybe ancient tablets. But I don't know the points of it. Field walking involves walking over the site, carefully scanning the ground by eye for tiny relics. We are going all over the place and looking for maybe something interesting. And during a dig, archaeologists dig carefully down through the layers. They note exactly where every relic was found, in case its position helps to reveal the story behind the site. They are looking very carefully at what place the things were, and if at one place there are a lot of spoons and a lot of tables, a lot of plates, and at another site there are a lot of other things, they can now guess, and now if they just collect them all and put them together in the car and drive them home, or to the university, where they belong, then they don't have an idea where it was. But if they have said we found it all there, at that place, at the C4, 4 meters in that direction, and all the other stuff's there, so there was one thing, and there was another thing. They were not randomly just lying in the field. There was that room, and now they try to get an idea from that, in that room, what room people were living. And that's not just a bit for building design, but that helps to know how the people live together as a society. If you see in the that one room there were just these things, and in these things there were all these things, and these things, when we get more an idea about how the people live. We also have letters and so on, how the people thought of the Roman times, and we have a lot of, actually the thoughts written down on paper, and they're also describing how they lived a bit. But from these things, when we know in that room, that was a kitchen, and now we know these were people having a kitchen. And in that room there are these things, and here we find all these rests things, and now we know something about how we get rid of waste. Did we have a delivery system and so on? It all helps to get more information. Because these papers and these letters, as I mentioned, of the things, when they have written something down, they had it hard to survive 2,000 years. There are not so many things to find. And now we're trying to know as much as possible, and we're trying to find also the things in the ground, which were preserved over the last thousands of years. Now, we will continue in the next part with archaeology, in the series archaeology. We will do now the morning stretching. If you're here for the archaeology, you can go directly to the next video. And we will do now the morning stretching. If you participate in the morning stretching, that's the down risk. We're doing forward shoulder circuits. We're going back, up, and front, and down. And back, up, and front, down. Again in front, up, back, and down. And the last time in front, up, back, and down. And now we're breathing in and lifting the shoulders up. And breathe out, let them fall down. Again in, lift the shoulders up. And out, shoulders down. Again in, the shoulders up. And out. Again in, the shoulders up. And again in, the shoulders up. And out, shoulders up. And now we're breathing in and we're lifting the arms up. We're doing the apple plucker. Reach high. Pretend to make an apple hanging high on an apple branch. So turn it a bit around. And then do half split. And last 2 times. And now we shift up. Arms to the outside, up to the teeth, we're breathing in. Legs wide apart, and we're shifting over to one side. And breathing in. And out over to the other side. Breathing in into the middle. And out over to one side. Again in into the middle. And out over to the other side. Again in. And out, we're leaning onto our knees. We're doing buffalo fighting its hangover. Breathe in. And out, bring the shoulder in front. Again in, the shoulder back. And out, the other one in front. Again in, the shoulder back. And out, the shoulder in front. Again in, the shoulder back. And out, the last time, the shoulder in front. Breathe in, the shoulder back. And out. And we're doing the Niagara Falls. We're just hanging down and helping only to come deeper down. We're breathing deeper through the nose. And we're breathing out from the mouth. And breathing in. And out. Again in. And out over to one leg. And breathe again in. And out. Again in. And out over to the other leg. Breathe again in. And out. And again in. And out into the middle. Close your feet, but you keep on hanging down. Breathe again in. And out. Again in. And out. And now again in. And out and coming slowly up with the lower back, making at the top of the backwards shoulder roll. Last exercise, legs wide apart, the trunk equal lighter with breathing in and going down. Breathe out. Again in. Out. Again in. Out. Again in. Out. Now breathe in and cross the legs. And out. That was the morning stretching. I thank you very much and have a next time.